Now, it is time for the much anticipated international bout between Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire. Now we are ready for this very, very interesting fight. And it's going to be a bantamweight contest over 6 rounds between Cann Neequaye of Ghana and then Mumuni Sawado from Cote d'Ivoire. Now, officials for this bout: Judge 1, Nathaniel Obeng; Judge 2, Richard Amevi; and Judge 3, Clement Ashon. The man in charge of this fight is David Mills. So, shall we please welcome the boxer from Cote d'Ivoire, Mumuni Sawado.
Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire will be taking center stage next. Here at the Ghana Professional Boxing League, it's a bantamweight contest. It is scheduled for 6 rounds, and it's between Mumuni Sawado of La Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana's own Cann Neequaye. It's a bout with an international twist and an international touch. La Cote d'Ivoire is not well known when it comes to boxing, but they have an opportunity in this young lad to show exactly what he's made of. And so we will be seeing boxing made in La Cote d'Ivoire. He comes up against Ghana's Cann Neequaye, the son of the GBA president.
We now have Sawado Mumuni from Cote d'Ivoire, who's going to fight from the blue corner. Now let's welcome the boxer from Ghana, Cann Neequaye.
And of course, it will also give us an opportunity to extend that rivalry between Ghana and La Cote d'Ivoire when it comes to sports. Without a doubt, everybody knows that when it comes to association football, clearly we have a feud with La Cote d'Ivoire, denying us the Africa Cup on 2 different occasions. But let's see what Cann Neequaye has to offer. He is one of the bright future prospects when it comes to boxing here in Ghana. And Mumuni Sawado will also show us what he's made of. Again, Sam, you have stayed close to the junior ranks, and especially Cann Neequaye. You've seen him in action. You've also watched him at training. What kind of boxer is this young man, Cann Neequaye?
Yeah, he's a kind of boxer who likes to employ the stylish approach to the game. He is a very, very hard worker in the gym. Doesn't take his training lightly at all. But tonight comes up against an international opponent in the presence of Mumuni Sawado. Charles Cote has really invested much time and effort into him, and I believe that Sawado, coming from a tradition of boxers from La Cote d'Ivoire, reminds me of when
the official introduction of the 2 boxers. Shall we stand on our feet to observe the national anthem of Cote d'Ivoire and Republic of Ghana? So, Mr. DJ, if you are ready, let us now observe the national anthem of Cote d'Ivoire. Thank you. Now, the national anthem of Ghana. Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is another bout all of us are waiting for. And the moment is here. Referees are ready. The scorekeeper is ready and the boxers are ready. The two boxers are making their debut as professional boxers because they were amateur boxers a couple of hours ago. And now this is the moment they want to cross carpet to become professional boxers. Now introducing the boxer fighting out from the blue corner. This is a boxer who was born and bred in Cote d'Ivoire. The boxer is in Ghana to better his lot. He has come out to challenge the flock of his opponent. And this is the man with a weight of 118.70 pounds presenting to you the amateur boxer making his debut today as a professional boxer, Mumuni Sawado. Now crossing over to the red corner. One of the handsome amateur boxers Ghana has ever produced. Now, the last season, he fought against a boxer, a Ghanaian boxer based in UK, Abdul Mateen Garaba. The fight was very, very interesting. Honorable Nilante van der Poel, he called for a rematch. But Garba has gone back to UK. Today, this is the boxer who is crossing carpet to become a professional boxer. The son of the indefatigable president of Ghana Boxing Authority, Honorable Abraham Kote Neequaye, presenting to you the boxer with the weight of 120.32 pounds, the man, Cann Neequaye. And the man in charge of this fight is David Mills, Judge 1, Nathaniel Obeng, Judge 2, Richard Amevi, and Judge 3, Clement Ashon.
Mumuni Sawado looks like an evangelist, but let's see what happens.
Good luck.
Well, of course, we're learning new things in season 2 of the Ghana Professional Boxing League. I now know the posture of what an evangelist looks like when I see Mumuni Sawado. Here we go, round 1.
But you see, Sawado coming from La Côte d'Ivoire reminds me of those days in 1996 when we had a triple do. We had 3 Commonwealth belts on the line with 3 Ghanaian boxers against other opponents. We had Kofi Jantua, coming up against Stefan Scriggins of Australia. And then we had James Amabokonfire against Sia Augustine of Ivory Coast. That fight ended in the very first round. Let's see what will become of Mumuni Sawado, also from La Côte d'Ivoire.
First round, obviously sizing each other up.
And wherever Sia Augustine may be at this point, he must have reminded Sawado of what James Ama, aka Bukunfire, did to him on that fateful day in the year 1996 at the Accra Sports Stadium.
Punishment in round 1, you can call it that. But again, Cann Neequaye has showed a lot of promise. The Ghana Professional Boxing League more or less has given him some kind of leverage, and he seems to perform well when he gets the opportunity. He's a young boy, a student of Accra Academy. Doubles or shuttles between his education and his love and talent for boxing.
And Prince, that is something I like about the upcoming boxers in terms of the amateur point of view. As you said, mixing education with sport is something crucial and important that we need to make sure the young boxers understand. And also, Cann Neequaye fighting with Mumuni Sawado from Ivory Coast. Cann Neequaye is not new here. This environment is something that he has been playing around here. I quite remember in the season 1, he fought with UK-based fighter in the name of Abdul Martin Gariba. And we saw what Cann Neequaye brought on board in the ring. He showed glimpses of potential fighter in him. And in round 1, you could see he's really relying on the counter-punch game and the jab establishment. And that is something in terms of boxing foundation. If your coaches are really keen on that, they show you that when you get into the ring, it's the jab establishment that is going to open ways for you to land those big punches. And that is what Cann Neequaye is doing so far in this round.
And straight away you see the difference in skill set, the southpaw stance of Cann Neequaye, and you also see that the fact that Cann Neequaye is not really a power puncher, but is an efficient puncher by all standards, a volume puncher, a combination puncher, with very deft touches and very immaculate footwork, Cann Neequaye. And I'm very proud to say that he is also somebody who hails from my alma mater. I am also a product of Accra Academy, and we say in Accra Academy, we say Bleo. And shout out to all 2G7 year group of Accra Academy, Obogatu.
Nice overhead shot of the Bukom Boxing Arena. We're getting ready for the second round. Cross-section of the VIPs who are here to grace the occasion. It's the first night of season 2. Mumuni Sawado up on his feet, and he gets ready for action. And again, as we said and established earlier before, Cann Neequaye, one of the young prospects, very enterprising.
A punch behind the head from Cann Neequaye.
He loves to show the kind of flexibility, that he has. Almost always moving around a lot, looking for an opportunity to strike or hit his opponent.
Yeah, he is not a flat-footed boxer. He likes to always move on his toes. Very light on his feet, Cann Neequaye. Not a static boxer at all.
And that is something, if you're fighting with an opponent who is very quick on the footwork, you're going to find problems. And I'm sure Mumuni Sawado is really finding problems to see if he can get something out of Cann Neequaye. Cann Neequaye doesn't stand at one point. He moves here and there and makes sure he makes you pay for it if you give out some defense flawless.
And a very spectacular nickname for Cann Neequaye. He is called the Money Rain, and a huge left to the face, the jaw of Sawado. But Sawado takes it well, and he's still in there. Another huge left. And I was referring to the nickname of Cann Neequaye. He's called the Money Rain. I don't know whether he rains money in his house or wherever he goes.
I'm sure it has to do with the ring. He's raining money in the ring, and that's what we have seen. He got some two combination that really rocked Mumuni Sawado there.
I really hope he can rain some good punches in this ring right now, because Sawado seems to be very formidable, able to take Cann's punches at this point.
Exactly, your point there, Nana Gold. And as we saw in the previous fight, Francis Akakpo and Shakur Samed, we saw what happened there. Shakur Samed was really proving there, but Francis Akakpo was really strong, and we saw that give and take action from both men. You saw how it went. So Sawado, as you said, strong fighter, but it's up to Cann Neequaye to get him out of there. And that's what we are waiting for.
Yeah, but so far the cleaner punches have been landed by Cann Neequaye. And a while ago, referee David Mills had to warn the boxers to watch their heads. There was a kind of a headbutt of a sort. Sawado trying to turn the bout into a wrestling match at this point.
I don't know what he was thinking there. This is boxing, not MMA fighting here.
NY, I really like the in and out movement of Cann Neequaye. It makes him a bit unpredictable.
And I go, yes, and that is what I said earlier on. It is making things difficult for Mumuni Sawado. And look at that two combination punch. It really rocked Sawado there. And at that point in time, he's finding his bearings. But that was a smart way from Sawado to get out of danger, because he knew that those two combinations really rocked him and what he needs to do to find his bearings. Once again, look at that punch. Landing clean from Cann Neequaye. And Nanago, as you said, so far, Cann Neequaye is really landing the cleanest of punches between these fighters.
I'm quite concerned with his skill set. What is left for me, I think, it should be the power in the punch.
Exactly. You nailed it right there. Cann Neequaye
Seconds
is
out.
really exhibiting well, but Mumuni Sawado is really also eating the punches very well. So I agree with you. What is left is power in those punches from Cann Neequaye, and that can really rock Sawado very much. And we might see him hitting the canvas. But let's see, round 3. Cann Neequaye versus Mumuni Sawado.
And referee David Mills saying that there is a bit too much of water in that corner, that red corner. He's asking the ring marshals and the cornermen to clean it up.
There we go. Bout will continue in earnest, and it's scheduled for 6 rounds, by the way. Round 3, and both boxers will still have a feel and a go at each other. Season 2 of the Ghana Premier League, I beg your pardon, Ghana Professional Boxing League. 2 Renault Logan vehicles at stake. One will go to the overall best boxer, and one would go to the overall best gym. The Charles Quartet Boxing Foundation won the overall best gym, and Charles Tete went home in a sleek Renault Quid. It's been a careful bout so far. We've not seen the explosiveness to the best of the ability of both boxers, but obviously Cann Neequaye has showed glimpses of sparkle in his strategy.
Yes, exactly. And at this point, I feel Cann Neequaye should reserve some of his energy, because Mumuni Sawado is not really doing anything significant in the past 3 rounds we've seen. And I don't know what kind of game plan Mumuni Sawado and his camp are relying on. And that is something I need Cann Neequaye should be careful of. In as much as he's really, really impressing, that is Cann Neequaye, he needs to reserve some of his energy and try as much as possible to bait his opponent.
Getting closer to Mumuni as the fight wears on. Crowd trying to spur Cann Neequaye on.
And that is it, home sweet home. You can't get it better. But that's smart boxing from Mumuni Sawado. Anytime he sees Cann Neequaye giving in that 2-3 combinations, he goes in for the clinch game. He knows if it opens up, Cann Neequaye is going to destroy him.
So far, I've loved the movement of Mumuni in the ring. The ring craft it's not that outstanding, but at least it gets him through the paces. It gets him through 3 rounds of activeness in the ring.
Exactly, and that I talk about is the smartness of the Ivory Coast fighter. He knows that when it comes to toe-to-toe with Cann Neequaye, he can really go to toe-to-toe with him. So what he needs to do is smart boxing, going for the clinch game, and look at that on your screen. He always does that when Cann Neequaye gets through his defense, and he needs to do that to save himself some energy. But Cann Neequaye needs to be careful, because in as much as he's doing well in a couple of rounds, Mumuni Sawado is really baiting him for that one punch. He doesn't want to go in for that slugfest. And I'm sure some pep talk is going on there on the part of Cann Neequaye's bench.
Round 4.
All right, here we go. Round 4 is scheduled for 6. Bantamweight contest between these 2 young boxers, Sawado Mumuni from La Côte d'Ivoire and Cann Neequaye from Ghana. But anyway, you were with us throughout the first season. One of the standout moves that the GBA made was to collaborate with the Ghana Amateur Boxing Federation, and we saw some pretty young talent show their dexterity and their skill in the ring. Cann Neequaye, obviously one of them, but we also saw the younger generation, Prince Labi and co, also showcase what they could do. For you, what does that mean as we try and project Ghana boxing, both at the amateur or youth level and the professional level?
You know, Prince, in everything, when you want to do it and do it well, you need to start from scratch. And starting from scratch, it has to do with the amateur and the young boxers. Get them young on that stage and make sure you train them well, because you're not training them now to just fight just currently. You are training them to fit the world title level. And for you to get them in that young stage, in that younger stage, I'm sure it's gonna really help them to really train them, make them poised for what is coming at them. And as you said, Cann Neequaye is one of them. Prince Labi is one of them. Ablo too is one of them. He called himself the hero boy. And we saw what these young fighters brought on board, especially in the season 1. And so for me, that is a good initiative that GBA is doing. And also IMAX Boxing Promotions, giving them the platform to exhibit their talent. And by so doing, that exposure is really going to go a long way for them. So I foresee world champions in these young fighters. That is, if they really get the well-trained management and train them well to fit the world title purpose, then I'm sure we are really going to get world title champions in these young fighters.
And right now in the fight, you can see that Mumuni Sawado is employing survivor antics. He seeks to be on the retreat and then watch out to land some beautiful counters whenever Cann Neequaye goes reckless. And this has worked for him so far in this round. But one thing also that I've observed, too many headbutts. Both boxers have been reckless in some approaches to the game. And in this very round, there have been about 2 headbutts. At the point, referee David Mills had to warn both boxers to watch their heads. I think one of the headbutts has resulted in a mouse on the left eye. of Cann Neequaye.
So round 5 coming up, but as Nana Gold was talking about, the headbutt is something that both fighters need to look up to. You know, in fights, these kind of things happen, but happening in 2 or 3 occasions, then I'm sure they need to look out and watch out for that headbutt. But for Cann Neequaye, I'm sure he's just sticking to the plans from his coach, the instructions that his coach is giving him. Stick to the jab movement, stick to the jab movement. Make sure the jab movement is going to create openings for you. And so far, in a couple of rounds we've seen, that is what Cann Neequaye has been doing. But as Nana Gold said, Mumuni Sawado is really relying on the counter punch. And that is what Cann Neequaye needs to be careful of.
Round 5 scheduled for 6. It's a bantamweight contest. Lots of clinching, lots of headbutts, as Nana Sam Gold said earlier on. Mumuni ducks out of that punch. And Cann Neequaye would still put the pressure on his opponent, stalking him in the ring anywhere and everywhere he goes.
And Mumuni at this point is trying to survive, but at the same time, watch out for that left uppercut. He's trying to catch Cann with it. You know, so whenever Cann lunges in, he just steps back. And one of these days, he will land one, and then Cann has to be very careful. But a good flurry from Cann Neequaye.
I think Cann should not give him that chance to land that left uppercut. He's trying to bait Cann, and look at him. And that's what you said, Nana Gold. He's trying to bait him this time around. He gives him that right uppercut. It's a swift one. So Cann needs to be careful. Mamadou Sawado, as I said earlier on, they have a game plan, and Cann needs to be careful.
So once Cann lunges in, he just steps back and then lands that uppercut. That one is called the Southpaw Killer.
What a nice name there, Southpaw Killer. And I'm sure Floyd Mayweather likes doing that kind of style. When he fought with Manny Pacquiao, we know Manny Pacquiao has swift hands in terms of the southpaw stance. But he made Manny Pacquiao pay anytime Manny Pacquiao lunges forward. He goes in with that southpaw killer, as you said.
The stance being taken by Sawado right now is called the Philly shell. It's normally employed by Floyd Mayweather. You have the left side, or if you are an orthodox boxer, there's left side of your glove by the side of your body, and the right side up by your chin. The Philly shell.
Spot on, Nana Gold. I remember when Floyd Mayweather was fighting with Marcos Maidana, he was using that, the Philly shell, always using the shoulder to roll off any punch Marcos Maidana throws on him. And then he goes in with a counter punch. And that is something that was troubling Marcos Maidana when he fought with Floyd Mayweather. And that is something we've been seeing from Mumuni Sawado, giving that Philly shell stance, making it difficult for Cann Neequaye to bash through. But let's see. That's some good fighting skills from these young fighters. Cann Neequaye trying to get in, but
and you
Sawado
could read,
is making things difficult for him.
And why you could read from Mumuni Sawado's mouth, you could read his lips. He's saying, hey, I'll beat this guy. He's telling his cornerman, I'll beat this guy.
Exactly.
You never know what an evangelist-looking boxer would have at his lips.
Touch not my anointing one, as they always say. But this time around, let's see if Cann Neequaye can really touch the anointing one in the name of Mumuni Sawado from Ivory Coast. I'm sure that's the last pep talk from Cann Neequaye's corner.
And the final round.
I'm sure at this point, both coaches will tell their fighters, guys, you need to leave it all in the ring. This is the last round.
Fifth square
Sixth in the last round, and let's see if these two would have a go at each other. 3 minutes to do justice.
And Prince, in the first two fights, boxers from the red corner have emerged victors on points via UD. It seems obvious that Mumuni Sawado against Cann might follow in that fashion, but whilst I was speaking, Mumuni Sawado landed a huge right on the face of Cann. Sawado looks like he's a wily veteran who knows what it's all about.
He's got the ring craft, he's got the artistry as well. Oh, he walks into a punch from Cann.
And that is something I'm expecting Cann should do. Sawado is really baiting him to come in. You know, come in. And when you come in, he's going to launch that uppercut. And Cann might not see that coming. And that is something Cann needs to be careful of. In as much as he's doing all that good thing in the ring, he needs to be careful of that launching uppercut Mumuni Sawado is really baiting him for. And there he goes again, baiting Cann to fall in that trap. He launched that right, but he misses there. That's a good left punch, landing clean for Cann. He's set for it, a 1-2-3 combination, and down goes Mumuni Sawado, but the referee.
Well, referee ruled that as a slip. That was close enough. Exchanges were coming and the punches were flowing. Cann would like to finish this off. Probably finish it off in style as well. And it's Mumuni. Not very sportsman-like of him. So David Mills has had to take a decision. You think that was harsh?
Yeah, I think that was harsh. I think that was just once that Mumuni Sawado heckled Cann. He's trying to tell him, hey, this is the professional terrain. You've got to be hard, man. A bit harsh on the part of Mumuni Sawado.
Well, the output has been encouraging. At least they've showed respect for each other. And all is well, that ends fair. End of the bout.
Both guys have really given us a fight where our monies, and Mumuni Sawado has really given a good account of himself. Cann on his part has really lived up to his billing, but more work to be done on this young boxer, Cann.
6 rounds. It has gone through the distance, and the two boxers are making their debut today. It was an interesting fight. Shall we put our hands together for the two boxers? One from Cote d'Ivoire and one from Ghana, and we are waiting for the verdicts. Now, this boxer should get ready for the next bout of the evening. Flyweight contest over 6 rounds. Alexander Kwache is coming from the Fifth Square Boxing Gym, and Akimos Anan Apea from the Atokwashi Boxing Gym. They should get ready for their turn. David Mills, Clement Shone, Nathaniel Oben, Richard Amevi, these are the officials. They should also get ready as we wait for the verdict for this very interesting bantamweight contest over 6 rounds.
Spyro, now only me, one life. See us been there like beans and rice. I will never leave your side. I will never dedicate my time to you, my guy. Even if the road be rough, I don't mind. 'Cause you be my G for life. Yeah, I'm feeling good tonight. my guys. I got
As
plenty
we
for
wait for
my
the judges'
mind.
scorecards,
Right now I'm with my guys.
that was a good fight from these two young fighters. Mumuni Sawado, yes, he did well. He showed, coming up from a different country, Ivory Coast, he came here, just showed himself approved. But for me, I need to give it to Cann Neequaye. He showed purposeful. His punches landing clean for me. Showed the most effective punches that landed. For Sawado, yes, he stayed in with Cann Neequaye, but he didn't do much effective. I was flying for
Very well.
Cann
Shall we
Neequaye
put
for
our
me
hands
to win
together
this
for the
fight.
two boxes? Now, it is my singular honor to invite Alhaji Suraju Garba, the father of the boxer who is based in UK, who fought against Cann Neequaye, Abdul Mateen Garba. Where is Alhaji Garba? Where is he? Alhaji Garba, come to the stage, and let me introduce you. Your son is now a big boxer in UK after fighting against Cann Neequaye. Now we have the verdict. Now before the verdict, shall we put hands together for the two boxes? Now we have Judge 1, Nathaniel Oben, scored about 60 to 54. Judge 2, Clement Ashon, scored about 60 to 54. And Judge number 3 also scored about 60 to 54 by a unanimous point decision. Presenting to you the boxer who has crossed over from the amateur ranks to the professional ranks, the son of the GBA president, Cann